Hello, Vormithrax here. Welcome to episode number 138 of our Let's Play tutorial for Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. And we got a few things I want to get built before we take a nap and wake up in the morning and go try to deal with this fungal infection. So the main things that I'm looking at are a few items I discovered when I was kind of reviewing the recipe list in between episodes, and I want to put these together real quick and have them ready for the future. Only a couple of them are going to be immediately useful, but while I'm thinking of them, I want to get them done. So the first one on the list is a control laptop. So the control laptop can be used to take control of robots, turrets, things like that. So it's going to be super important if we run into any advanced robots, turrets, in lab entrances and military bunkers and outposts and things like that. So very valuable, and it's kind of a higher end item, but we can build one now. We just need a couple signal receivers and an antenna. So let's go ahead and get those built. So we need two of these. And one antenna, and then we can build a control laptop. Alright, got a control laptop. It runs on UPS power, so I'm going to drop it onto our UPS device here. Next thing up I want to build is an Electro Hack. And the Electro Hack is used for control panels and things like that. So device has many ports attached, allowing to connect to almost any control panel or other electronic machine, but not computers. With a little skill, it can be used to crack passwords and more. Now, I don't have much computer skill, so I'm not going to be very effective at it yet, but I want to have it just in case we run across a use for it. So we'll get that done. And it uses standard battery power. Let's go ahead and load it. And I'm going to drop it in the same place, even though it's not going to charge off of that. Alright, next up, we've got 4 EMP grenades, but I'm going to build 6 more so we have a nice even 10 of them available. There we go. I got to turn on the aisle lights. Alright, there we are. And is it that spot? Yep. Alright, we'll just drop the EMP grenades right there. And then one other thing I want to make, or two things actually. Next up, I want to test these. There are bearings. They're just ball bearings, useful for slings and things like that. I want to see how well they do with our CBM arm. I'm just going to do a single batch. You get 50 of them. They're very small, so it won't cost us anything to kind of hold them and have them available. We'll just do scrap metal. So you can see here 50 bearings, and it only costs 0.25 volume for that stack of 50 bearings. Yeah, 0.25 volume for 50 bearings. So it's a good trade-off there for weight and volume, but I don't know how effective they're going to be until we try to toss one. Might only be effective in a sling or other type of device. Throwing them might be totally useless, so we'll find out. And then the one last thing, get some drinks of water here. Oops. Alright, full and slaked again. Alright, and the last thing is, we had just gotten an upgrade with the Rapier and the S-Stock, but I was just checking the list, and there's one other one that's popped up that I want to try to make. And that is the Naginata, the Survivor Naginata specifically. Take a look at this thing. So it's only 2 bash and 24 pierce, so that doesn't seem all that exciting, but wait for it. Plus 2 to hit, which is great. 129 moves per attack, so not too bad. It's faster than the spear and other items by 10 to 15 points. And about the same as some of the mid-level spears, but here's where it gets good. So the techniques, Impaling Strikes, so the spear had that. Rapid Strike, spear did not have that, meaning it only costs half of the movement points for 66% of the damage. So you get to hit twice as often for basically 132% damage. So it's really good in that regard. It has Rapid Strike, it has medium blocking ability, which is great, and it has Wide Strike. Attack in a wide arc, crit only, minimum 3 melee. So it'll hit in multiple spaces in front of you, so with that Wide Strike attack. So not only does it have Impaling Strike, it'll attack a target and another one behind it on a crit, it also has Wide Strike and Rapid Strike with medium block ability. And to finish it all off, it still does reach attacks. Holy crap, that's a lot of benefit. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to use this as my clearance weapon when I'm coming up against big crowds of low-level zombies. So if I've got a herd of zombies coming at me, and they're mostly the low to medium level ones, I'll whip out the Survivor Naginata and literally just mow them down in wide arc strikes that are going to impale, they're going to be twice as fast, and so on. So I think that'll be awesome for that kind of a use. Then, when I need something to hit a heavier protected target with armor or clothing and such, I'll whip out the S-Stock for that. That's the one that's got like the 39 pierce attack. So that'll be the go-to weapon. So I'll probably retire the rapier temporarily until we try this combination for a while and see how it works out. But I think this will be awesome for clearing out big piles of low-level zombies. That Wide Strike is going to be hilarious combined with the Impaling Strike. I'm going to be able to hit like 6 zombies at once on a critical hit. And I should get a fair amount of critical hits with the skill I've got in piercing weapons. So I think this will be pretty fun to try to use. So we need a blade and a spike, and that's not a problem. Spike is super easy. And a blade right there. And right there, Survivor Naginata. Alright, we've got it. And we'll just drop... I'm going to drop the throwing knives, and I don't have the spear on me because I switched out to the S-Stock and the rapier. I'm going to drop the rapier here for now as well. Actually, we'll keep that. We'll throw it in the other vehicle. Alright, so we're going to test out the bearings. We've got the S-Stock and the Survivor Naginata are going to be our go-to melee weapons. I'll have to see if I can get sheaths for either of these. The S-Stock can be stored in a baldric or back scabbard, so I'll have to look at that. And the Survivor Naginata doesn't mention being able... I think it's a spear-type weapon, long... sturdy steel shaft with a sword blade at the end, so I don't think that one can be done. But we might be able to at least put the S-Stock in a back scabbard or something. Let's reload the bolt driver real quick. Alright, the only other thing I wanted to mention that I found was that we actually now do also have access to the heavy version of the Survivor gear. So, heavy Survivor helmet, heavy Survivor gloves, heavy Survivor mask, and so on. So, right... somewhere in here is the Survivor suit, but it's escaping me for the moment for some reason. Alright, heavy Survivor suit. So, a ton of duct tape, ton of Kevlar, but we've got most of this. I'm not sure I've got enough Kevlar plates to do all of the pieces, but take a look at the protection value here. So it's a single suit piece, covers torso, arms, and legs, and it provides 20 and 24 protection with 2 acid and 3 environment. That's huge. I mean, that single piece is better than 2 or 3 layered pieces, so even though it's got the 25 encumbrance, that could be the only piece you need for those 3 body locations. And even if you are willing to put another like 7 encumbrance on it, you can get yourself an additional 5 to 10 points of torso protection if you put just a torso piece in addition. So that's huge. So I'm really seriously considering doing an upgrade to the heavy Survivor suit. I think that will probably, that and a chest piece will finish up our armor for the foreseeable future. Anything that can punch through that would kill us outright anyway, and we would hopefully be lumbering into our heavy power armor to deal with instead. So that's kind of where I'm leaning, is possibly spending some time doing that. But we're going to get this other stuff taken care of first. So, alright, we've got that done. Let's go ahead and take a look outside. I'm going to need just a few other things. Let's reset that and search for anti-fungal. I want to take 3 of the antifungal drugs with me. Just in case. Don't think I'll need it, but just in case. I'll leave the rest of that alone for now. Alright, let's grab everything out of there. Alright, flamethrower, UPS, we missed some items at some point. Alright, so I think that will do it. So we've got the power armor, we've got the UPSs, we've got some antifungal meds just in case, we've got our weapons. Don't think we need anything else. Really, we're just going to pretty much run in, try to kill whatever's at the center of this infestation. Once we've done that, we're then going to just set fire to pretty much everything. So that's kind of the goal. So we'll see if we can accomplish that. Let's go ahead and close all this stuff up, and then we will take a nap and get going first thing in the morning. Turn off the aisle lights, wait for our buddy to get in. I'd like to close that door, but he's an idiot. Let's just go ahead and sleep. It's 1 o'clock. Let's try to sleep for 6 hours. I want to have as much daylight as I can to burn as much before I have to retreat and sleep again. So hopefully we wake up a bit on time. The sunlight actually might wake us up. Yeah, alright, no problem. Alright, a little buddy is sleeping. I'm actually going to yell at him. Wake up, you. Guard this position, see you around, lock the door. Alright, everything's closed up. Let's get moving, see if we can get this taken care of. Shouldn't have to go very far. Alright, we're already seeing fungus, so I'm just going to spin around right here. Alright, stop driving, close that up, and advanced inventory. Alright, unload everything, yes. And then worn inventory, unload everything, yes. And then drop the bolt driver. Alright, we are naked. Let's put on heavy power armor, and then put on the power armor helmet. Grab, can we grab, no, none of the worn items. I want the S-stock, I want antifungal, and I want, where'd my other UPS go? Right there. And the flamethrower. Get the flamethrower last. Okay, so we're at 7.7 out of 8.4 carrying capacity. We've got our flamethrower that we're going to set fire to the entire forest with. We've got the power armor, which we won't switch on unless we need to. We got our S-Stock to stab things to death, hopefully. And then the UPSs to power the armor for as long as we might need. And the antifungals just in case. Alright. Let's see what happens. You can already see some big infestations up there. But I need to go somewhere right up around here, I believe, is where the center of this thing's going to be. I need to try to get to that. So we're just going to walk right through stuff and try to get to the center. Let's actually wield the S-Stock. Oh, crap. Am I going to be able... Yeah. Am I going to be able to carry that? Oops. That's not good. That's fine. We'll drop the flamethrower right next to wherever we have to fight and then pick it up again before we leave. Alright, we got stuff coming towards us because we're pretty slow moving. I know somewhere up here, there it is. That's what we need right there. The giant fungal blossom. So we're just going to walk right into this place. Try to stab that to death. Pull back and then set fire to everything. That's the plan anyway. Alright, I think I might drop the flamethrower right here, then try to move in, stab that thing, then retreat and grab the flamethrower again. So let's do that. Let's drop the flamethrower, wield the S-Stock. Then I'm going to activate the power armor. Turn on run mode. We're going to try to get this done as quick as we can. Fungal blossom pulses. Fresh fungal materials burst forth. It's heavily injured. What else did I see? Okay, just fungal blossoms. Alright, giant fungal blossom is now dead. Our UPSs are doing fine. Pick the Marloss flower, yes. So we'll grab the Marloss seeds. Don't have a butchering tool. Grab some more Marloss seeds. Alright, I don't see any more. I think that's it. Marloss tree. Let's go check these Marloss trees real quick. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of here. My stamina is zeroing out. Why is my stamina zeroing out? Because I have it on run mode? Yeah. Okay, so we came out of there with a bunch of Marloss berries and Marloss seeds. The berries Looks like a blueberry the size of your fist, but pinkish in color, has a strong but delicious aroma, clearly either mutated or of alien origin. So 40 nutrition, 20 quench, 30 enjoyability, yummy yummy, but you gotta be really careful and particular about using these things, because they have some effects that I don't want to deal with right now, but I wanted to grab a bunch of them while we were doing this. Alright, let's get down here and let's grab that. I can't quite grab my S stock because of that stuff. Alright, let's remember where my S stock was here. Drop the berries and seeds. Go back up and get my S stock. Alright. Now, time to set fire. Fire. Let's fire this way first. Get this big batch moving. And I'm just going to kind of circle around this whole patch and try to just burn the hell out of this. Really hope that one big tower was the only thing down here. How we doing on ammo? Oh, still got lots. Fire, fire. Looks like the fire's catching up to us from the far side. Think we might have gotten a pretty good containment. Oh yeah. It's looking good. We'll have to keep an eye on it and do some spot checks. Cleansing fire. I like it. This is probably where we need to build our base, right here. I think I'll just stand right here in the middle and just wait 30 minutes. Not running, am I? Nope, not running. Oh, I think I burned my power supplies. Yep, I forgot I had those things turned on. Alright, now we're lumbering around in our unpowered armor. Let's just let some time pass. One more. Alright, 10:30 in the afternoon. Let's do a final walk around here. Oh, so nice. This was so much easier than the last one. I just hope it hasn't spread into the town. That's the one thing I'm worried about. Looks like we got to it when it was just hadn't quite made it in, so far I'm not seeing anything closer to the town side. I think I'm going to go ahead and gotta remember where those berries are, right there. Drop EPSs, the power armor and helmet, and where everything else is going to suck. Yeah. Alright, reorient some things here. Dragon skin, survivor suit. You get way inside, you get way inside, and the rest shouldn't make a difference really. Helmet, and then it doesn't matter. Goggles. Alright, there we go, looking pretty good. So, got our bearings, we got our Naginata, our Estoc and Rapier temporarily. Our tools and our medicines. Anything else I want to take with me? No. I'll hold off on the rest of that for now. Pretty thirsty after setting those fires. Alright, we are full and slaked. Let's do a final check around the area, and I'm going to peek into the town area here just to check if there's any infection, but I think we have successfully cleansed the fungus and come out of it with some Marlos berries and seeds. Don't want to eat any of those on accident. Alright, so taking a look. I'm pretty happy with the way that went. I think we got it contained just in time. Didn't see any of the other airdrop crates, so I'm not sure if they were inside and got consumed or what. Let's go around this side first. Everything looks clean. Not gonna mess with the corpses. Fire's still burning a bit, but I think we've got it all. I think it's the actual forest that's burning out that way now. So looks pretty clean. I don't see any other fungal critters running around. Whoops. Hello there, you single fungal space. Alright, can't have that. I'm gonna have to go back and get the flamethrower. Should have brought that with me anyway, just in case. Wield flamethrower. Okay, I don't see any other fungal spots. Looks pretty clear to me. I think we're clear. We'll hop into town here just to double check. Everything looks normal. I don't see any fungal versions. Bloated, swimmer, tough, boomer. Oh, we got a basement. Prozac. Duct tape. Don't need to get quite so excited about duct tape anymore since I can make it. Alright, we still have reach attacks with the Naginata. Hits for 39. Hit for 27. Wow, that thing's still up. Love trying to hit dogs. 51. Dog harness. Aluminum keg. Would have been pretty good early game. Don't care now. Can't think of much that would be down here that I would really care about at this point. If it's not a survivor basement or a spider basement, I don't really care anymore. Alright, well I think we succeeded. I think we were just in time and got it all completely self-contained and burned out. So I'm super happy about that. Note. Burned out. Yay! Alright, I am not aware of any other fungal anything in this entire explored area, so this is our playground to run around in. Now obviously I haven't explored all of this section yet. There's quite a few things we're going to want to go look at. I'm still not 100% sure I'm done exploring. Man, we've got a lot of city areas I had to look at. We might just go on a very particular looting spree. Banks, pharmacies, doctors' offices, ambulances, things like that. I've actually got a pretty good pile of medical supplies now, so I really want to find labs. Labs, outposts, bunkers, banks. Those are the best places to get the CBMs and such. And then some of the tougher locations to visit, because we're pretty well outfitted. I could stroll right through a pretty large portion of this town without much danger now. Although the evolution has advanced enough, there could be some dangerous stuff. So we'll kind of take a look and see. Let's hop in our vehicle though. Okay, I'm not trying to yell. I only have caps lock on. Alright, let's pull the vehicle back down to the other one. Then we'll probably have to bring the episode to a close right about there. Hello, Mr. Bumblebee Bee. Let's try out our S-Stock on a Bumblebee. And let's drop the... Where's the backpack? Where are you at, backpack? Right there. That's what I like to see. Critical hit for 90, giant bee dies. That's the way I prefer things. So that gets us to 44 encumbrance. Still a bit much, but look what's on our torso. Crazy amount of stuff. I mean, I could probably not run around with the battle rifle strapped to me. I could probably do without the stethoscope or the binocular strapped to me. What season are we in? Getting close to the end of winter, so it'll be spring pretty soon, and I can get rid of the thermal, so we'll have to reorient our gear here pretty soon. That way I hit a little more often. Go ahead and take advantage of the free meat. And, oops, I had to drop some stuff because I dumped the backpack. Alright, this back compartment, we're going to keep the flamethrower, and that's it from that. Let's also grab, actually, I'm not going to put you guys through my reorienting of the gear. I'll do that before the next episode in between, so you don't have to watch that process. It'll take me a little bit of shuffling to move everything around. But that's it. So, very, very happy. We have successfully gotten our 2 vehicles down to our new home area and successfully dealt with a fungal infection. So I'm pretty happy about that. We got there, and we hadn't been in the area long enough for it to spread very far, so we were able to kind of circle around with the flamethrower and just light it up. I think it is important to go in and kill that tower first, because I think that one has you can't actually burn it from outside, because I think it keeps spraying things that the fungal bloom stuff to prevent the flames from killing the tower. So run in, kill the tower, then set everything on fire. Seemed to work really, really well. So I'm super happy about that. But that's it for this episode. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. Anything you want to say would be appreciated. Need your feedback. Let me know what you think so I can help improve the channel. And I've also got my Discord channel linked down below. Please visit. Love to hear from you there. I try to keep everybody advised about what's going on and when I plan to be online, especially on my Twitch channel. A lot of folks there, growing community, so you're more than welcome. Hope to see you in the next episode. Have a safe apocalypse. Bye-bye.